So, I kind of started a war in my school, as one does, and here's how it went down. It started on a lonely Friday. I was walking around during break time at school with my friend. Now, my friend recently went through some friend zoning business, and he still hadn't gotten over this girl. So he began to drift towards the game she and her friends were playing. A simple game of ultimate tag. If you don't know ultimate tag, it's like tag, but everyone is in, and when you tag someone, they sit. Then when you are sitting and the person who tagged you gets tagged, you stand back up. Now, the game continues until one person tagged everyone playing. There's just one thing. If you and someone else tag each other at the same time, you play paper, scissors, rock to decide who wins. My friend and I joined. Now, this girl who my friend likes kind of hates me, a lot. So every time my friend and I were standing, this group of about 12 girls who were playing would corner us and tag us instantly. The odds were against us. There was no way two people had the luck to win paper, scissors, rock 12 times in a row. The game was unfair, and I was a little angry about that. So I devised an unstoppable plan. The rebellion was near. The weekend flew by, and before I knew, Monday arrived. I'd set up all I needed to, and with the last head count, all 12 boys were ready for war. Break time came, and we were all at our stations. The girls made their way to the playground, and my plan began to unravel. We had a power to fight back. We just needed to grasp it. The game began, boys versus girls, although it wouldn't stay like that for long. I led the rebellion to war alongside my friend. It started badly. The rebellion was all over the playground, yet without strategy. All that we talked about was forgotten. The rebellion began dropping like flies. My friend and I yelled commands, but no one listened. And the girls killed us all off, one by one. That day was a failure. The girls had won Monday. During the next block, people of the rebellion began to cut ties with the girls of which we were fighting. The rebellion had a team meeting. We discussed strategies and other important subjects. Things were serious. We made a plan. It was simple, but could prove effective. It was our only chance. Tuesday came, and the war raged on. But now, more people became interested. It was no longer girls v boys. It was the core versus the rebellion. 2 girls joined our team. It was what we intended for the rebellion. Fighting against discrimination. Fighting against sexism. Anyone should be able to play games without being cornered at the first instance. Tuesday's attack began. We stuck to our strategies. We stuck together. Everything we couldn't do on Monday. It was a very close fight, but we came out victorious. But still, it was too close for comfort. We elected roles amongst the rebellion. We had strategists, fighters, and healers, all of which came in handy in the second fight of the day. Our strategist had given us the brief before the battle, going over what we would do and what the outcome of that. The strategies were amazing, and going into the battle, my friend and I had a short speech. It ended strongly with, "For the rebellion," which would become our team's chant. The battle began. People flanked the opposers. The healers rushed around, asking for who had taken out people who were sitting. It worked exceptionally well, which put anger into the hearts of the core. We had won Tuesday. It was even. Not much of my account happened on Wednesday. I was out all day on a school trip. Of all I know, it was a close battle. The rebellion was low in numbers, and the core pushed through. We tried our hardest, yet no avail. The core won Wednesday, and they were getting more and more powerful. We needed something to secure the victory of the war. Some final secret weapon. I knew exactly who to call on. Thursday rolled around. Our last chance. If the core won Thursday, the war would be over. or it would never end. We recruited our secret weapon. He was the tallest in the class. He had the longest arms. It was the only way. We recruited our version of the Hulk. Let's call him Brick. Now, Brick has a history of saying some offensive jokes, like all the time. It could possibly become a problem in the near future, but the fight began. Our secret weapon was revealed, and alongside my friend, we led the rebellion to what could be the last battle. And it worked. Brick destroyed the core, but to what cost? He began to chant nasty sexist comments. We needed Brick. He was our Hulk. He was our secret weapon. But to have him at what cost? The rebellion's only moral was against sexism. Do we just drop that? Do we lose ourselves for what? A victory? It wasn't worth it. We had to let Brick go. But the war still raged on, even without Brick. Now, there wasn't many of the core left standing. It was an easy victory. They were all down, all except one, who was left for me. The two who truly started it all. I stood face to face with the girl who hated me the most in the world. It was intense, like a real duel. We circled around each other until one of us jumped forwards. I ducked narrowly underneath the extended hand. Now was my chance. I struck faster, tagging her in the ankle. That was it. Or was it? The girl, infuriated, tagged me 2 seconds later, and insisted it was at the same time. All of the core were on her side. She was lying, but I could prove myself in paper, scissors, rock, or die trying. The seconds leading up to the game were intense. Then it began. Paper. Thoughts rushed through my mind, thinking about the symbols she had done before. Scissors. It was either scissors or paper. That she would do. I had won. 50-50 chance. Rock! My hand shot out scissors. It was the logical idea. If she chose paper, I won. If she chose scissors, we tie. And she pulled paper. I had won. I'd proved myself. But she didn't like that just yet. Her face lit red, with her body shaking from rage. She let out a piercing scream before stomping away. The war could have been over right then, but it was currently a tie. But the core did not accept ties. The war would go on until someone gave up and the other won. And we weren't about to lose. Friday seemed as clear as ever. The battle began quickly. Both sides had at least half their people who chose not to show up. My friend looked distraught, and he nodded his head slowly to himself. He walked slowly to the middle of the battlefield, and the talk slowed down. What was he doing? He couldn't be. He walked to the core's side, and they all began to cheer. My friend, the one who started the war with me, the reason this whole thing began, had betrayed us. The fight began slowly. The rebellion was distraught. My friend was the fastest out of all of us. He picked us off, slowly, one by one. I watched our army fall around us. The core would be winning if something didn't happen quick. My friend began to chase me. I didn't have much time. He was much faster than me, and my tricks would only work once. I curved in and out of core members, being chased faster and faster by my friend until... crash. I came tumbling down. I had ran face first into a middle pole. It left my nose and the rest of my face beaten up and scratches down my legs as I hit the bark floor. But one good thing came out of it. My friend was off my tail. He helped me up and said he wouldn't tag me. He whispered in my ear, "Are you ready to win?" I whispered back, "Winning? What do you mean?" I had lost all hope by then. Until he whispered, "The rebellion has a secret agent on their side." And the hope came back. My friend was a double agent. He betrayed the core and took out their best attackers. We still had a chance. The war had lasted too long. It needed to end. This was it, the rebellion's only chance of winning. I began to walk over to the core. We need to end this. And to end it, someone needs to give up. You can go back to your normal games if you shake my hand and let us win. The core began to commune. And someone grabbed me from behind, pulling me away from it all. "You can't do this. Just stop." It was one of our team. Why didn't he want us to win? To end it? That was it. He didn't want it to end. Just let me do this. He held me back tight. Let me go now, or I will fight my way out. He was just stronger than me, but I was angry and beaten up. You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. He didn't let go. I flung out my leg as hard as I could straight into his. He let go, and I ran to the rest of them. We need to end this. Just shake my hand. A representative of the core sighed before shaking my hand. It was over. We had won. The rebellion had won.